How confident do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like an 8. I mean, it can't be any harder than tile, right?
Not that way.
What, you want to go from that end to that end? We're basically going to move everything out of the kitchen. Do this entire container.
You're a genius.
I like it.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
With temperatures continuing to drop, we've been working on projects that we've been avoiding. But now that we finally feel prepared for winter, I think it's time to start working on the container house floors.
Good afternoon, friends. We are headed to Home Depot because we are finally getting flooring for the container house. This is something that I've wanted to do for quite a while. I think that having flooring in the house is going to really just make all the difference. We've gone back and forth between a few different ideas or a few different materials. I think we finally figured out what we want. So let's head on over to Home Depot. Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to take a quick second to tell you about today's sponsor, iHood. If you are like me and absolutely hate the cold, get ready to meet your new best friend, the iHood heated jacket. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or someone who just wants to stay warm during their daily commute, this jacket is for you. It has 2 heating elements in the front, 3 in the back, and 1 in the neck. And with a heating range from 122 degrees to 158 degrees, it feels like you're wrapped up in a warm, cozy blanket. And the best part, it keeps you warm for up to 8 hours on a single charge. No more shivering through your day like me. And when things get a little dirty, don't sweat it. Just toss it in the washing machine and it comes out good as new. And iHood has thought of the consumer by adding plenty of pockets for your convenience. So whether you're hiking, fishing, hunting, camping, or just on your daily commute, you've got room for all of your essentials. The iHood heated jacket is your all-weather, all-occasion companion. To get your very own iHood heated jacket, make sure you check out all of the information in the description, and I think I even have a code to get you a little bit of money off. Thank you again so much, iHood, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. We have all been waiting for. We're going to install the floors, but before we can do that, we have to paint the ceiling.
And we don't want to be painting the ceiling after we get the floor put in, because then we just got to cover the whole thing up, so.
We're going to do this really, really quickly. I say we. Cody's going to paint the ceiling really, really quickly, and then we are going to start working on these floors. I'm so excited. We ended up going with waterproof laminate wood flooring. We had kind of gone back and forth between laminate, vinyl, and overall, after standing there for literally hours in the store and just going through each of the products and reading the reviews online, because we also wanted to see how it worked for other people, we decided to go with laminate. We spent a little over $1,100 after tax, and for doing our entire house, not the bathrooms and not our bedroom, but our kitchen and our living room, that's majority of the house, I don't think that's really terrible. It was on sale, so that did work in our favor, which is really nice. And yeah, let me show you what it looks like. Probably should have done that first, oops. And we ended up going with a lighter wood as well. I really like dark floors. Our house in Texas had dark floors. I really wanted to do dark floors in this house, but because of how small our home is, I was scared that dark floors were really going to close off the space. So we ended up going with this really nice light wood, and it also has a ton of grain and a ton of texture, which is something else that we looked for in flooring because we have elderly dogs and sometimes they can't really get a grip on the floor. So having a lot of texture in our wood and nothing too slick was super important to us. But we have no idea what we're doing. We're gonna figure it out. That's what Cody's doing right now. And yeah, let's install some floors. How confident do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like an 8. I mean, it can't be any harder than tile, right?
Yeah, we did tile in our last house, and we did the entire house in tile, and I think it was
and
I
I'd never done flooring before. I had never done tile before. I definitely bit off more than I could chew.
I did all of the grout. I learned how to grout, and I did basically the whole house. I was very proud of myself.
Yeah. It was terrible, but by the end of it, I was pretty decent at it, I guess. Yeah, it was terrible. It's a hard job.
So I'm excited to have something that's like, what is it, the lock?
Like click lock or something.
I don't know, let me look. Easy click lock installation, yeah. So hopefully this will be a ton easier. Not that way.
What?
You're gonna do it the other way.
What are you talking about?
Why are you laying it that way?
What, you want to go from that end to that end?
Yeah.
What sense does that make?
No, when you walk through a house, hold on.
This is the way it was laid in the old house.
Okay, but it's based on the front door, so excuse me, sir. When you walk into a home.
Yeah, it doesn't go against it like that.
Yeah.
No, it goes
You're walking into the house. So the boards it goes this way.
It goes the other way in the old house, and you never said anything about it.
But that's different because the front door was hidden and
look at
tucked
the
away.
picture.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot more cutting if we do it this way.
Flooring directions parallel, also known as vertical. Parallel flooring directions draw the eye ahead, often towards an entry. Okay, so what's the consensus?
I don't know. I think it should run this way, but you think it should run this way. So I guess
Which way will make the space wider? What will make it more open?
I think going this way would make it look bigger because then you have longer runs instead of shorter runs, you know.
Okay.
And going that way would be a lot more cutting, but why don't we run the vacuum over again really quick so we can get up the rest of the dog hair that magically appeared. And then we'll lay out.
It's funny how that happens.
We'll lay out some planks in both directions and just see what we think looks better, I guess.
Since we can't decide, we're gonna ask Lydia. So, Lydia, what do you think? We can't decide. I originally was going to have the floors go vertical, but Cody wanted horizontal. And since it's such a closed off space, let me point by it. Since it's such a closed off space, what do you think? So, horizontal or vertical?
I would do horizontal.
That's what I'm thinking now because I feel like you're right. Because it's such a small space, it like
I feel like vertical would make it look smaller.
Yeah, I agree. I think if the house was a little bit wider, that would look better. But because it's not so wide, I think horizontal. I think you're right.
And then in front of your door, it'll be a lot easier to have that piece that goes straight across.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Horizontal. That's my answer.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think that's the consensus. Because the container is more horizontal than it is vertical, doing vertical board I think is going to close off the space versus horizontal is going to widen it. You were right, I was wrong. Soak it up. So I'm not gonna say it often. I think my biggest issue with the floors right now is there's not much of a color difference to what we currently have, so I'm having a hard time visualizing it. However, there's no going back now. We're not going to return all of it, so I'm hoping I will like it more once it's down. I really loved it in the store, but again, I'm a dark floor kind of person, so I'm really hoping once all of it's down, I will like it a little bit more.
Right now I'm pretty much just trying to pick a couple different pieces from various different boxes and start laying them out. That way I know the color options I have and I can make sure that it's all mixed matched and not, you know, too much of one color in one area. All right, next question. How do you want to do the layout? Do you want it to be like just split in the middle so it's like every other line like this, or do you want it to be staggered where it's like a 12-inch and then halfway, you know, like this?
So what, this is staggered?
Yeah.
And then where would it go next? Would it go back up? Ooh, I don't know, I kind of like that.
Don't walk on.
I kind of like that. Let me show them.
I mean, there's a couple different options if you want to Google it really quick so you can kind of get an idea of different layouts we can do.
birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
We just came to the realization to be able to continue further, we have to be able to get to the other side of this wall.
Yeah, so basically we have to do a complete row and then do each complete row in succession after each other. So one at a time. We're basically gonna move everything out of the kitchen, do this entire container, move everything to this side, and then do that container.
Yay!
So I guess let's start moving stuff. Which, I mean, it's not like we weren't gonna have to move it anyway.
I know, I think I was just expecting to do
we planned on flooring under everything, but...
I know, I was just expecting to do the kitchen tomorrow and do the living room today, but...
Yeah, me too.
That's okay. All right, let's knock that out.
Now we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Now that we have everything moved out of the kitchen, I'm gonna start installing the rest of the flooring and just see how much we can knock out tonight. Cody's setting up the miter saw outside so that way we have a cleaner, more organized area to be able to cut the short pieces, but he'll join me in just a second. So Cody had the great idea to try snapping an entire row together first and then installing it, and it went by so much smoother. So I think that's what we're gonna try to do each time, and hopefully that'll cut our time in half, but he's a genius. You're a genius.
There's nowhere to sit.
I like it.
the container house being so small, we have to do this in sections, which means now that this half of the house is done, we need to move everything back over and start tackling the next half. But it's late, we're exhausted, so I think we're gonna call it here. As always, thank you guys so much for supporting us and watching our channel. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Baby, don't you